Man, it's your big brother K-Rino. We're gonna go straight into it. Look, a lot of people got this thing where they love to talk about what they have. They love to talk about the money they got. They love to talk about the possessions that they have. Um, and they think that by having those things, it justifies or it validates them as a person. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you have a lot of integrity, doesn't mean that you have good character, doesn't mean that you have good morals. It's not about what you have, um, more so than it is about what you may have done to get it. And we live in a world where uh, the riches, the people who control the riches of this world, and 99.9999999% of the cases, they achieve those riches through evil means. They achieved them on the backs of somebody else. They achieved them by robbing and swindling and hustling and stealing and robbing and even murdering to build up the wealth that they built. Then they turn right back around and try to look down on you for not having what they have or not being where they are and saying, well, you got to do this and you got to stop being lazy. If you people weren't so lazy and this and that, then you could pull yourself up by the bootstraps and do all the same little terms that we've been hearing forever. But it don't even take a deep dive to just go into the history to know how many of the wealthy um, accumulated their wealth, how they got it. And some would be surprised, but many of us would not be surprised to know. But unfortunately, it applies to people on lower levels of society as well, because there are people who will um, there are people who will steal your car and then tease you for not having a ride or having to catch the bus. There are people who will uh, take your wife and talk about you because you ain't got no woman. And that's the thing. It's like, or they will build themselves up to be um, so amazing and so accomplished, and that they put in the work and all that when all they did was really they just hustled somebody. So before we start to make the mistake of praising everybody that you see who's doing well from a financial or material standpoint, um, just take a few seconds to find out how they got it, to find out if there was any honor in how they obtained what they have, because we are a society of of idol worshippers. We are a society that um, views people and views the importance and value of a person based on how much money they got, what they have, what they driving, kind of house they live in. And even those people who have those things, they will use those things as a point of debate or a point of argument when speaking to somebody else who may not have that. And it doesn't matter what subject that you own, the bailout will be, well, I got more money than you, whatever, you broke or whatever. So those are signs, those are telltale signs of when you know that a person, they kind of off base, and not having, because even if you got it righteous, I'm glad I thought of that. Even if you got it righteous, your character still got to stay in order. You got to stay humble, because you can lose it. I shouldn't even have to say that. I feel like y'all should have plugged that into your mind. Like, you can lose it. You can lose. So even if you got it the right way, maintain levels of humility that are necessary, to keep you in the type of favor from the Creator that may allow you to keep it. Um, and don't throw your accomplishments in people's face and use them as a weapon to attack the self-esteem of somebody who may not be on your level yet, because They might not be on your level today, but they might be on that level tomorrow. But back to the original point, always be sure, man, before you start to praise people, before you start, because it's all right to appreciate and give people credit for where they are, but I want to know how you got there. Even if you got it the right way, I want to know how you got there because I might want to study you. I might want to, use those means to try to get myself up there. And in my research, if I find that, oh man, this dude here, he did that, she did that. If I find out that the way you got it, or even some people to tell you, see, this you got to understand. There are people, who get so arrogant and get so comfortable messing over people. Um, they'll think they're doing you a favor by trying to give you the game on how to scam and mess over people. See, now all you ain't got to do, you can cut through all that. All you got to do, man, find you a little old lady who don't know no better. Just anything, right? And they'll tell you. And when you see how people got what they got, you know, it can change your perception. It can change the outlook. Well, it should. I ain't gonna say it will. I'm not gonna definitively say that it would change how you look at it. It should. It's because there's some of us that'll be like, "Oh, that's how you did it. All right, well, yeah. Well, show me how you did it. What I gotta do." But those are people who are, they gonna go down that road. But and at the end of the day, when you start to get yours, make sure that you get it the right way. Do everything in your power to get it the right way. Don't step on people um, to get up a step higher. Because again, I just believe that doing that puts a bad energy on you, and we never think about would you want somebody to do that to you. So yeah, it's alright to give people credit. It's alright to give them a little praise, but make sure you ain't praising a snake. Make sure you ain't giving credit to somebody who is diabolical. All right, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Respect what is respectable. Quit. We live in a society too much where everybody respecting just trash, man. Just the worst of the worst, man. And we looking at that as something we glorify. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.